Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's car boot haul video. I've just realised I'm wearing the same jumper as I wore last week. I promise you, it's been laundered in between, and this is an entirely different car boot sale haul video. Just in case you tuned in and thought, okay, have I looked at the same one twice? I bust my budget. I absolutely bust my budget today. I spent far more than I normally spend. In fact, I had to get a little loan from Bank of Josh, only until I could get some money to transfer back to him. Josh was with me this morning, he had cash on him, and I did not have enough cash for what I wanted to buy. So yeah, a little Bank of Joshy loan. But even without the money that I spent on that particular item, I spent £40.50 this morning before that, which is a lot for me recently, because my recent hauls have been coming in at around about 20 quid. So yeah, I was on fire this morning. It was a busy car boot. Apparently, I go to the Easter Compton car boot sale near Bristol, and apparently Cheddar is closed, and I'm not sure why. Cheddar never closes, so I'm not sure why, but there was a lot of sellers there, obviously would normally be at Cheddar. So let me start with I actually didn't pay anything for this. This came from Steve's stall, and because I was buying the other stuff, Keith chucked it in for nothing. It did not come with this large knife. I bought this kitchen knife from a different stall. He had loads of these. They are Sabatier knives made for Judge, and that's actually a boning knife, isn't it, I think? But I needed a new sharp knife, and so I bought that for £2, and then I put it inside this folder so that it would come home safely and not savage anyone on the way. So that's got to go downstairs to the kitchen. That was £2, but that doesn't really count as part of my haul because that's not business related. And then this was free, and that's just, well, because this is actually for work, not for me anyway. So this is just a little pack of file folders and stuff like that we needed for work. So that didn't cost me anything at all, but the knife was £2, and that's not to resell. I paid £2 for this tape gun because my tape gun is giving up the ghost gradually. They don't last forever, although this is a good sturdy one, so perhaps this one lasts a bit longer than mine. This one is, yeah, decidedly more hefty than mine. And the bloke said, oh, well, I'll throw the tape in for free, and I was like, thanks. It's not particularly good quality tape, but you know, there we go. So £2 for a tape gun. I have nowhere to put that. If you could see what I'm working with here. And then this entire pile of placemats. I bought several different purchases from Steve's stall this morning, so I paid for it in several different bits. So this was one of them. This entire pile of placemats, £6, including that tray on top. Hang on a second. That's really heavy. So the tray on top is a Lakeland mini muffin pan. That on his own will probably get me the £6 back and more. So that's the win of that, I think. The placemats are a set of 6. These are, I don't know if you can see, it's picking up on camera, but it's a cross-stitch kind of tapestry design print. Set of 6 of those. And then there are, the rest of them are all Mirian. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 of these Botanic Garden round ones. And I don't know if I've got 2 full sets of 6. It'd be lovely if I have, wouldn't it? Or whether I've got some random daffodils. Bear with. I think I've got 2 sets of 6. So that's viola. That's convolvulus. Convolvulus. Why'd you say that? Convolvulus, for those of you who are gardening minded. So yeah, I've got 2 each of those 3, and then 2 each of those 2. So I've got 2 full sets of 6. That is nice. It would have been annoying if I'd had, like, you know, 1 or 2 random ones. So that's 2 full sets of round ones there. And then a stack of coasters as well. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coasters there. And again, I don't know how many, but these are a little bit more, these have been more used. They've got a few T marks on them or whatever. They might clean up quite nicely though. And then all of these round square rectangular table mats. I don't know how many I've got. Bear with, they're very heavy. 16, that's a weird number. 2 sets of 8 maybe. Peony, magnolia, rhododendron, it's getting very botanical around here. Agapanthus, sweet pea, and then that's sweet pea again. Clematis, rhododendron again, clematis again. I think maybe 2 full sets of, did I say 2 full sets of 8? I think I did, didn't I? All in all, for £6, that was excessively bargainous. The mini muffin tray, I've just looked at the mini muffin tray, that's £18.50 new, so that's definitely going to bring me back the £6 minimum. And I would fully estimate that each set of the table mats can probably go for a minimum of £10, maybe more. So I think I'm looking at a good £50 or £60 return on what's in that bag easily for £6. So that was a really good start. I then paid £4. This is a different seller. This is not Steve. There is some more Steve stuff coming up. £4 for 2 Babyliss hair appliances. A nano straightener. They go for £15 to £20. And whatever this is, I don't know what this one is. some kind of waver curler. It's let me see the number, 2386U. Let's look that up. It's called the Big Wave Wand, and they go for between £15 and £20. So that's nice again. I paid £1 for the Jellycat Dinosaur. Again, different seller. My haul is all over the place. It is the Dippy Dino. Somebody's got one listed at £25.99. Theirs is 21 centimetres. Is mine 21 centimetres? Mine is indeed 21 centimetres. So yeah, somebody's got £25.99. There's a listed one. There are only 2 sold and they've gone for a tenner each. But even so, good return on a quid. Another quid got me 4 very vintage table... they're not table mats, are they? They're table napkins. Brain. Table napkins. Just very vintage orange fringed table napkins. I'm not quite sure why I bought them, but I did. There's 4 of those. Sometimes I buy random stuff and I don't even know why I'm doing it. I paid 50p for a Slimming World 50 golden grates. It's a little bit bent out of shape, but... And then this is Steve's stall again. So for £3 I got a stack of M&S stacking mugs, and for 50p some Charles Rennie Mackintosh coasters. Brand new in their box. Also from Steve for £2 I got this. This is a baby wrapper. What I'll do is, instead of unfolding it because it's a great long thing, I will put a picture of it on the screen. Find a picture and put it on the screen for you guys. It's a baby wrapper and it comes in a carrying bag, which you can also use as a hood over the baby's head, which is quite clever. The brand is Elville, and they sell for second-hand about £30, brand new about £100. So it's amazing what people are paying for what is essentially a piece of cloth. It's odd, isn't it? Odd. Okay, I paid £1 for a little stack of Harmer shake plates. I haven't got any Harmer beads in stock at the moment, but they will come in. And I, as you know, do large bundles once I get the beads and the shapes. I do large bundles and make them up as one. Also from Steve, £2 for this little selection, which is, this is a bag of Scrabble tiles. So I don't know where the board had gone, but it's just a bag of spare Scrabble tiles, and they are always useful, believe me, when you buy a Scrabble game and one's missing. So I thought we would chuck those into the spares cupboard. A Hello Kitty Sanrio licensed 2007. I suppose it's a dish rather than a mug. It's got no handle. Okay, I've just done a search, a Google image search, and it's come up as a Sunday cup, which seems reasonable. Somebody sold one for 99p. There we go. That's the kind of thing you come here for, isn't it? Those huge, those huge successes like that. That's what you tune in for. But also in with that £2, a little Russian doll. There was another Russian doll there, but she didn't have all of her innards. Some of her innards were not there. So a little hand-painted Russian doll, and what else did I say? The Scrabble. Scrabble tiles, the Hello Kitty cup, and that £2 a lot. And then 50p for a Terry Pratchett's Monstrous Regiment on CD, which I will absolutely listen to in the car before selling. £1 for James Patterson Worst Case Scenario, I think it's called. Oh, no, just called Worst Case. £2 for these other 3. So these are audiobooks, just in case I didn't say that. Life of Pi, Dorothy Coomson When I Was Invisible, and James Patterson Maximum Ride. Audiobooks on £2 for the lot. £1 for 2 of the Santoro Gorgeous zip purses. They were, like I said, 50p each. £1 for the 2. Never any money though. Never ever do I open one of these purses and go, look, 50 quid, ever. 50p each from Sue for these 2 mugs. This one is a Disney Store original Minnie Mouse. And then this one is one of the Edward Monckton. This is the beautiful frock, and the back says, "Buy me, lady," said the frock, "and I will make you into a beautiful and whole and complete human being." "Do not be silly," said the man, "for a frock alone cannot do that." "True," said the lady. "I will have the shoes in the bag as well." This little mug is plainly vintage. I don't know if you can get a good picture of it. Can you see the pattern? Plainly vintage, very 70s. No markings on the bottom. That's another one for a Google image search, I think. Interestingly, it's finding a lot of patterns that are similar, but nothing quite like that. No branding, nothing with the funny little pillared. Can you see the shape here? It goes into a little pillared design, rather like a goblet. So yeah, interesting. Don't know. That was £1. And from the same lady, this was £7. This is Dior Sauvage Eau de Toilette 60ml. It is unused. It's quite condensatey. It was cold this morning. Condensatey's not a word, is it? I quite like that. I quite like it. It is unused. A new 60ml one of these cost £79.99 in Boots. I had a look. So that should be a reasonable return on £7 on that. And I'm nearly getting to the thing that I had to borrow money from Josh for. I paid £1 for a roll of, it says, adhesive foil. I wanted to do the little desk here and redo my photo area. I thought it would be nice, but I can't get the wrapper off, so I can't unwrap it and show you anyway. Bear with. I don't know if it's going to be any good for my photo area because I don't know if it's going to be made of tough enough stuff. It's just kind of a mosaic design. Vinyl on a roll, really. But also it looks like it might be a little bit see-through. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not, but it was a quid. It was £1. I paid £3 for a sealed Murder, She Wrote Series 1 to 5 DVD box set. These go for about £28 to £30, so that was nice for £3. I've run out of space in all my bag. Gentleman had this marked at £5, but I asked him if there was any room on the price and he said I could have it for £3. It is a pet water fountain. I have been looking at these on Amazon for a while, wondering if they might be good for our dogs because basically it keeps their water fresh. In fact, I think I've got one on my Amazon wish list, which I tend to use my wish list for things that I think I might buy at some point, but I'm not sure if I really want to buy them just yet. And then I go back and look at my wish list a bit later on and go, oh, that's still on there. I didn't want that badly. I have got one on here, slightly different. But yeah, the one on Amazon is out of stock now anyway. They're about 15 to 20 quid. So when this guy said I could have this for £3 and we'd give it a go, I thought, okay. But I'll have to try and work out how it works. It has a plug. It has a converter and a plug. So it'd be interesting to see if it works and also to see if our dogs can deal with it. If it makes any kind of noise, any kind of whirring noise, they might not deal with that. Kai certainly wouldn't have done. If anything that made a noise, he would have just stood there and yelled at it constantly for tell it to be quiet. I bought 2 staplers this morning, one for £1, one for 50p. These are not for me, these are for work. If I'd bought this one first, I wouldn't have bothered buying this one, but I saw this one first and bought it. This is the kind of more like the thing we need for work, but it's my fault we need a new stapler for work because I bounced ours off the floor the other day. It didn't bounce. They don't bounce. Who knew? They do not bounce. And then I also bought a large roll of, this is essentially blue roll but white, and this was £2. And, you know, cleanups around the home. And then, this is what broke the bank. Luckily, Josh was there this morning because I did not have enough cash on me. Although after I borrowed from Josh, the lady said to me, oh, we could have done bank transfer. So I probably would have been able to sort it out. But the Easter Compton car boot sale is nowhere near a cash point, which is mildly annoying. So this was in the second barn where Josh had already gone in, come out and said there's nothing in there again, same as he did last week. As I said, Josh and I have very different ideas about what we're going to buy. And this lady had an entire pile on her table of Wentworth jigsaws, Wentworth whimsy wooden puzzles. Finely cut wooden jigsaws featuring unique Wentworth whimsy pieces. There are a variety of sizes. Wentworth jigsaws are very, very nice and they're always worth picking up if you see them. They have very nice wooden cut pieces and then they have what they call whimsy pieces. And I know I've talked to you guys about these before. I know I have. But for example, some of the pieces in this one are a butterfly, a little goblet shape. All Wentworth jigsaws have what they're called whimsy pieces. They are very collectible. They go for quite a lot of money. You know, they're quite expensive new, and it's not very often you see any at the car boot sale, let alone an entire table full. So I asked the lady how much, and she was, these ones, she was, oh, I want £15 for these ones, and I want £10 for these ones. And I was like, okay, how much for all of them? She's like, all of them? I said, yeah, you know, just give me a ballpark figure, how much would you want for all of them? So she added it up, and she said, well, if I sold them at the price I wanted, it would be 135. I'd be happy to take 100. So I said, would you do 80? And she said, I'll meet you in the middle at 90. So I borrowed 80 quid off Josh, stuck it to the £10 I had in my pocket, and paid the lady £90. I have paid Josh back. Paid Josh back as soon as I got to the car. Transferred the money to him. But yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the larger boxes, and then there are 5 of these smaller ones. And you might think, oh, the smaller ones aren't worth having, but I had a look at sold prices. And for example, a Joyous Christmas, which is one of the mini ones, £15. The bookshop has gone for £20. Theirs was sealed, this is not. So these little ones, if I can get between £10 and £20 each just on the little ones alone, then I know I'm going to be in profit anyway. Didn't buy it with the idea that I might be in profit. I know there's profit in here. Some of them will be more desirable than others. Some of them will be more sought after than others. But I've looked for price on some. So this one for example is Lolgate Hill and St Paul's, and that one goes for 15. This one is the Jungle Crew, and that one only goes for 10. That's more of a children's one. But there's a nice big box full there for my 90 quid, which I was quite happy with as we trundled back to the car. And good old Josh being there saving the day, because I don't take a lot of cash with me in the winter because I don't expect to find much. I usually find much more in the summer, and I carry a bit more then. So yeah, good old Josh. It's funny, he doesn't like to spend very much money, but he does carry quite a lot just in case. Just in case I need it, maybe. So, thank you for joining me. As I say every single week, if you've seen anything in today's haul that floats your boat, drop me a line on the email address in the description box below, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye for now.